Ryan, your YouTube channel is clearly at the center of everything you do, with over 14,000 subscribers. I think what's fascinating is how it's grown to this level. What inspired you to launch it in the first place? And how has your strategy evolved as the audience has grown?
Honestly, it started out of, frustration. There's just so much misinformation out there about AI tools and digital marketing, and I kept seeing people wasting money, either on pricey courses or spending hours trawling for bits of information that wouldn't even help them. So I figured, why not create a resource that's straightforward and actually useful? At first, my videos were super generic, basic tutorials. But as my audience grew, I started to really listen. The feedback I was getting, it nudged me to focus more on things like deep dives into tools, ChatGPT, Claude, Perplexity, even Notebook LM.
Interesting. So feedback played a big role in shaping your trajectory.
Absolutely. I mean, it's everything. It's like having a cheat code for content creation. I learned to mix beginner-friendly stuff with more advanced tutorials so, I can serve both the newbie and the seasoned marketer. It's been all about striking that balance.
That's such a smart pivot. And speaking of strategy, you've built a reputation for your AI-driven marketing insights. I'm curious, how do you actually choose the topics you tackle? Because your content feels so tailored to both tech enthusiasts and marketers.
So for me, it all starts with listening, comments, emails, subscriber polls. I even watch what's trending in AI and marketing spaces. And I don't just stop there. I dive into the analytics, see what's resonating, and then decide on topics that, one, align with my strengths, and two, solve real, actual problems for my audience. Like, a lot of my content touches on SEO, ideating for blogs, and repurposing content because these are areas where I've seen people struggle the most.
Right, more than just teaching. They're practical solutions.
Exactly. And practicality, I think, is where it all clicks for creators.
Ryan, you touched earlier on the importance of practicality in your content. One thing people often mention about your videos is how you manage to blend deep, technical insights with very actionable advice. How do you strike that balance? I mean, diving into AI nuances while keeping it, accessible for such a varied audience.
Honestly, it's not easy because, AI can get super complicated really quickly, but what I always come back to is empathy. Like, could someone new to this, even someone who's never opened ChatGPT, follow along? That's the question I ask myself every time. My strategy is kind of simple. Break the complex stuff into smaller, clearer bits. Think of it like explaining something to a 10-year-old. I still sprinkle in advanced insights here and there. Or like little nuggets for the more experienced crowd. But I always return to takeaways anyone can act on immediately.
That makes perfect sense. And it's probably why your channel has built such a dedicated community around AI and digital marketing. What's your secret for keeping that community engaged? It feels like they're really invested.
Honestly, it all boils down to authenticity and, consistency. You can't just show up once in a while and expect people to care. Regularly posting and genuinely replying to comments, stuff like that, it makes all the difference. People can tell when it's real. And then beyond YouTube, I've got an email list, a big one actually. It grew from offering free resources like my AI Marketing Essentials Guide. That's helped me not just, provide value, but also get direct feedback on what's working, where people need help, and what they're curious about.
That's clever. So it's not just engagement, it's using that engagement to refine your strategy.
Exactly. Outside of YouTube comments, I also use LinkedIn, polls, email responses, all of it. And it's like, the more I listen, the more I'm able to, really hit the mark, giving them what they actually want.
Ryan, you mentioned how much listening to your audience shapes your content. Now, considering how AI evolves at such a breakneck pace, I wonder, how do you plan to adapt your strategy to keep up? And, just out of curiosity, are there any fresh formats or series your subscribers can get excited about?
Yeah, it's wild, right? AI evolves at such a fast pace that you've got to stay nimble. For me, it's about constantly experimenting. So, for example, I'm looking to do more short-form content quicker, digestible pieces that still deliver value, but don't overwhelm people who, let's be honest, are juggling a million things already. And I think another big thing is going interactive. Live tutorials, Q sessions, workshops, stuff where subscribers can actually engage with the content in real time. It makes the whole experience more dynamic and, yeah, actionable too.
That's a clever strategy. People love feeling like they're part of something immediate. But workshops, that sounds like a big leap from, producing videos alone in your studio to engaging with an audience live. How do you see that playing out?
I mean, honestly, it's about listening to what people need and meeting them there. I've already been getting tons of requests for hands-on content, and workshops feel like the natural next step. Plus, it gives me a chance to show behind the scenes stuff, like how I'm automating processes in my own business. And hey, there's always room for fun experiments. I'm itching to collaborate more, maybe even bring other creators into the mix to chat about what's new in AI. The more voices, the better, right?
Absolutely. It sounds like you're building not just content, but community. And keeping it grounded in what's real and actually helpful. That's refreshing in a world of, I'll just say it, AI hype.
Yeah, cutting through all the noise is one of my biggest priorities. It's honestly what keeps me going, helping people figure out what's really useful versus what's just fluff. So, yeah, I'm excited for what's coming. It's all about getting creative while staying true to why I started the channel in the first place, making AI accessible and actionable.
Well, Ryan, this has been incredibly insightful. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me today. I can't wait to see these new projects come to life.
Thanks for having me, Timothy. It's been a blast.
And to all our listeners, thanks for tuning in. If you're not already following Ryan, you're missing out. That's all from us for today. Take care and we'll see you next time.